Hello and welcome to my 517 Follow Friday series. Today I have the pleasure of chatting with Chris Cate from Dumparoo. Dumparoo is a sustainable, full service waste management and recycling company that takes a white glove approach to providing these turnkey services to help homes and businesses. Chris, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, Katrina.
So, I always like to start out with just a little bit of background about you and how you got into this business. So, if you could just share a little bit of that with the viewers, that'd be great.
Absolutely. Just quickly as a young kid, my dad was an entrepreneur and he owned a restaurant business, jack of all trades. And I used to tag along with him, not knowing obviously what he was doing.
Right.
But I would be in his restaurant vacuuming, and then I would just tag along as he goes, and whether he was going to the produce market or just different areas in the community, just watching his interaction. So that was always kind of in me. Little did I know that I would eventually, as I got older, and will go into entrepreneurship. So fast forward, I used to be a manager for General Motors, and I was kind of yearning for something a little more. And my brother, who is in the roofing business, he owns his own company. He was always mentioning, junk removal was so needed, dumpster rentals, etc. So then my wheels started turning, and eventually, usually when I want to do something, I just do it. Jump right into it. I don't have one foot in, one foot out. I just jump right into it. So I ended up going to buy a truck. Then I bought some dump trailers, and my wife, she's like, "What are you doing?" Basically. And I said, "I don't know yet." I didn't even have a name. I had no name. So I kind of just tinkered around, never hauled anything, never trailered anything, never hitched any, did none of that, had no experience. So I tinkered around for several months. Just, we live by a church. So I would tinker around, learning how to back up the trailer, how to
Oh,
turn
nice.
around. And so I was tinkering around. So eventually I came up with the name because I wanted something catchy, but something that was very, you couldn't forget, noticeable.
Mhm.
And that's how Dumparoo was born. And I just spelt it slightly differently, kind of like a kangaroo, but just Dumparoo. So it went from just people asking, "Hey, do you do junk removal or do you rent out your trailers?" And just like anything, it kind of just one customer,
Mhm.
then two customers, and so on. And just having that, background of, being process oriented with General Motors and just my wealth of experience, I just started kind of putting a system together, because I knew this was something that I really saw, taking off. But it was just a great, it was a great need for the community, for seniors, to just busy
Mhm.
professionals, etc. Whether it was clean outs, whether it's just, general junk removal or yard debris, so we kind of just kind of went after it. And so far, almost 4 years later, we launched some other services that we'll get into, and here we are.
Thank you. So, do you feel like as you started getting into the business, did you evolve from there, or did you have those services in mind from the get-go?
No, no, did not. You just don't. Uh, there was a scene in, I don't know if you've seen The Social Network, about
Mhm.
Facebook.
Mhm.
There's a scene in there where um, they were really trying to. This is when Facebook was still in its dormitory,
Mhm.
this dorm room.
Right.
But there was a scene in there where his partners are really trying to push him to, "Hey, we got to partner with this. We have to do this. We need all this advertising put on this thing."
Mhm.
And one of the comments he made was basically, and we don't know what this we don't know what this is going to be.
Mhm.
And that's kind of when you start out in business, you have these initial ideas. But
Yeah.
one, when you're not involved in it, when you haven't done it before and you're trying to get your feet wet, get experience, I had no knowledge that this will kind of evolve into, white glove services with trash and recycling
Mhm.
pickup, or even our small dump trailer rentals, how that evolved, even the junk removal. Because along the way, as you get started, um, and through the experiences with customers,
Mhm.
along the way, you start to tweak little things, and then other ideas come along, and then the people that you get to know and do partner with, and different business groups, you kind of start pulling ideas, but you also pull ideas from others that have been in the business as well.
Yeah.
So for me, competition is, I love competition, right? Because it raises the standards. If I'm
Mhm.
doing something that's very, um, it's very where there's great improvement or just a new idea,
Mhm.
cutting edge idea, I want that competitor, hey, challenge it, can you do
Yeah.
it better? So I love that competition, but like I said, I think it's great because we can feed off each other, right?
Mhm.
So that's, I would say, but no, it was not something that, it just came through experience and just adding services, et cetera, and just moving it forward.
Yeah, I love to hear that you're so flexible and that you really are listening to people in the community. You've morphed things over the last 4 years to really to serve that client base. So that's really great. I think that's a great model to have as a business owner. I want to go back to something that you said in the very first intro because it it spoke to me. You were talking about how your dad was an entrepreneur and you were doing all these things. You never really realized that maybe you were being not necessarily groomed, but that you were learning what it was going to be like and that you were going to take that path
Yeah.
someday. I had the same situation. My parents owned a business growing up, and I would go in all the time and spend time with my dad. And it didn't occur to me until just this very moment that somehow that might have influenced me to start my own
Oh
firm.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
like, I don't know how I missed that all of these years, but I just thought that was kind of interesting that you don't even realize it in the moment how much it can impact you later.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
it
okay.
does.
All right. I also realized that this is the first time that my dog has been, we have two dogs, but first time that they've been down here and then her little face
Oh,
is she keeps jumping up. She's making her YouTube debut.
I don't see her.
She's a corgi and
Oh yeah.
now she's being shy, but she kept licking my arm and I was like, no.
Oh man.
Gotta be adding to the authenticity here of this video by having
Right?
the dog
You have to,
do a bomb. Okay.
right?
So you hinted there about some of your different services. Let's talk about the waste management side of it first, because I think that everybody needs waste management in some way. So I think that that probably reaches more people. So if you can share a little bit about those services and maybe how you stand out in the industry when it comes to the waste management
Yeah,
services.
yeah, absolutely. So Dumparoo was started, doing a junk removal. So for instance, if you have a couch you needed to get removed,
Right.
you would hire us, we will come, we will haul it out of your home, and then we would make sure it's properly disposed. So what I started noticing in the community is that, particularly if you look at seniors, again, busy professionals, people that I felt there was a great need for a more personable service.
Hmm.
And I didn't see anybody else doing it. Everybody was kind of, set into the traditional, the current provider in the community, where you roll your carts to the curb,
Hmm.
they pick up your trash and recycling, and that's it. Right. So to me, I said, this can be done a lot better.
Hmm.
Right. So then I started thinking, wheels started turning. I said, you know what? I said, how come there's no like backdoor service? And what backdoor is when you can leave your carts, by your door in front of your garage. You don't have to worry about not taking your trash to the curb or forgetting to take your trash
Yep.
to the curb and
That's
having
me.
to wait another week.
Hmm.
And I think we've all been there where
Hmm.
it's like, oh man, I gotta wait another week. And God forbid, don't forget the recycling. Some service providers, they do it every 2 weeks. So if
Weeks.
you
Yep.
got a big family,
Hmm.
yeah, you got a big family, you got bags in the house, including your cart
Yep.
is already filled up. And then also, was the junk removal. I wanted to figure out a way how to, kind of incorporate that. So as I launched the service, I knew that, hey, it was a big risk, but I knew that it was going to be something game changing,
Mhm.
different, and I knew that it would take time to build.
Right.
So I jumped right in, and again, it's me not being 1 foot out.
Yep.
I jumped right in, and we got our containers, got our manufacturer. Containers are great, by the way. We got the 96-gallon trash container as well as 64-gallon recycling container. We also provide the customer with a green 18-gallon bin for glass.
Hmm.
So we call that our white glove, our bundle package, if you want to do the whole kit caboodle of trash and recycling. So as I got going into this business, I knew that it was very unique,
Mhm.
and it was something that whether it was seniors or just anybody, busy
Mhm.
professionals, I knew it was something that they would look at, explore, and say, you know what, let me try this service.
Mhm.
So for the past year or so, it's been coming up on a year since I've launched this service. And so far it's been growing, and we are in Grand Ledge, we are in Eagle, Hazlitt, Okemos, Holt, Leslie, Eden Rapids, Charlotte. So we're in a lot of communities, including DeWitt. And then we're just, for the last, we've been growing our route slowly but surely, and it's been going great. um, so basically the way the service is constructed is they're all subscription based, and you can go on our website under our white glove services tab, and you will see different packages that we offer. Our bundle package again includes our trash and recycling, and
Mhm.
then you also get an 18-gallon bin for glass. We come weekly. The subscription is monthly. Our bundle package, you also get discounted services on your junk removal, such as if you need to get some bulk items removed from your home. In addition to that, we do cart maintenance. So
Oh,
basically, as we are servicing your trash and recycling weekly, if we see that your containers are looking, a little dusty, grimy, right now we know one. This is the first year we kicked it off, but we've been doing it at least once a year. We want to do once a year where we pull that cart and we spray it down, we clean it, we shine it back up, and then we re-deliver it the same day. So that's one of the items that we added as far as our service packages. In addition to that, we're kicking off our yard collection, as
mhm.
well as we tweak some more services along with our bulk removal stuff. We call that our sticker program. So our sticker program basically is, you can purchase stickers on our website, and
Hmm.
then basically you can attach each of those stickers to the bulk items you need removed. We would either pick it up on your trash and recycling collection day, or we will schedule a time to pick that up for you. And as a subscriber to any of our services, you get discounted prices. So it's very, very beneficial to be a subscriber to our services. So
Sounds like it. So, um, the yard waste program is also part of the sticker program. So would you just use regular like leaf bags that you buy at the store, or do you get the bags from you?
yeah, yeah, good question, Katrina. So basically, there's a couple of options. We provide the bags for you.
Okay.
You can purchase the bag. You can purchase the bags through us, or a lot of people, they may already have their own bags, whether it's from Costco or Home Depot. So then you can just purchase the sticker. So
Gotcha.
that sticker basically will cover the pickup of that yard bag and the disposal, whether you have your own or whether you need us to provide the bags for you. So either
Okay.
way, you would either get a sticker or a bag. Yeah, and
Gotcha.
those two options are on our website.
Okay. And then with the junk removal services, it sounds like you've got a couple of different options. Either you haul it all away, or don't you also have where you can bring the dumpster and leave it and then you come back and get it? So maybe would that be for somebody who's like really purging, or maybe somebody who's moving? Or can you also get them for like home projects where you're like getting rid of drywall?
You hit everything right on the
Yeah.
head. So
Yeah. All right.
if
Okay.
you're Persian, if you're Persian, you're cleaning out, maybe you're downsizing a garage, or maybe you're relocating, remodeling a room or a bathroom. We get the variety.
Okay.
And right now we offer 6 or 9 yard dump trailers, and those are particularly for home projects, small home
Okay.
projects. They fit quite a bit, so if you're doing a garage clean out, maybe you're organizing,
Hmm.
we can provide those dump trailers. So basically what it looks like, you book the service through our website. We call it our fill service.
Okay.
And basically we drop it off, you fill it, we put it right in your driveway, we anchor it down. Our rental period is 5 days, and once you're done, even if you get it done within that 5 days, we pick it right up and we haul it away. So some of the items, again, it can be an old, if you're doing a bathroom remodel, an old sink, a tub, any tile, any other miscellaneous things, maybe from your garage clean out. So we see a variety of, uses from our customer.
Okay. Now, are there any items that you can't collect on the junk removal side, like for safety reasons?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, what I tell people, actually, let's get into hazardous waste.
Mhm.
So basically, what I tell people, what we can take, but we got to make sure that we see it. It's not just piled into our dump trailer, mixed
Mhm.
in. But when you talk about like things like fire extinguishers, right?
Okay.
Those have to be disposed of properly. You talk about paint,
Mhm.
or any other type of sealant. But paint, for instance, if you put cat litter or something to harden it up, so we take no like liquid paint. If we
Okay.
do, it has to be hardened up, set aside overnight to make sure that it's stiff, and that way it can be disposed of properly. Anything from we don't take ashes or anything like heavy, like cement, stone, or any type of like bricks,
Okay.
because that weighs heavy on our trailers. So those things are, we can't take those different heavy items.
Okay.
In addition to that, anything like, you know, carcass, dead animal, we don't take anything like that. But mainly what I try to really coach the customer is, when we do deliver the trailer, I give them kind of a punch list on how to actually pack and organize the
Okay.
trailer, what items we can take, what items we can't take. Because at the end of the day, it's about servicing the customer. We don't just drop it off. Here you go, have at it. We try to service, because sometimes they may not know, how to pack it,
Yeah.
how to be careful when you're going into the trailer, right?
Mhm.
Having a safety background,
Yeah.
those are the different things I talk to the customer about, because like I said, one, I want them to be safe, while they're doing a job. So it's not just about, dropping off a trailer with us. We
Right.
try to hit every point.
All
So
right. So the last thing I wanted to ask you about is a service that I didn't even know that you offered, and it's the property preservation service. I'm when I read about it, I'm imagining either people who like a snowbird and they go to Florida a lot, but they have a Michigan property and they want somebody to keep an eye on it, or like I have a
yeah,
lot of clients who have rental properties and maybe the tenants are supposed to keep up with the property so that there's not blight in the neighborhood. Is that what we're looking for here?
basically. So we do, right now we have commercial customers,
Okay.
um, and it's a service that, it's not really obviously our main service.
Mhm.
We kind of just based on our experience in this, customers we provided over the years.
Mhm.
Um, what we do is we have certain properties, whether it's a parking lot, for, business customers, or whether it's just a property that may be vacant, and you want to make sure that, particularly if it's in the city, the city wants to make sure that properties are clean, blight free,
Yep.
right? Or they'll be calling or sending letters.
Hmm.
So we have commercial customers where we have to, we'll go out, we'll do a walk around of the property. We'll make sure all the blight is all removed, making sure that it looks presentable.
Okay.
We also do some minor de-trimming, of the property if you have tall weeds. So we do
Mhm.
usually do that in the spring and fall. So where we'll trim everything down, basically to try to maintain and make sure the property looks respectable.
Right.
So we have a handful of clients where we provide that service.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to share today?
No, just if you are interested in our services, go to dumparoo.com, our white glove services. And again, we offer our trash and recycling, as well as we kicking off our sticker program. So we are growing. And again, the areas I mentioned, Hazlitt, Okemos, DeWitt, all the areas in Greater Lansing, we are in that area. So that's what we're doing right now. So we're not going away. You'll hear about us more and more. So,
All right.
but yeah, so
Okay.
for sure.
All right. So I will share all of your contact information in the caption for the video. And then just to kind of reiterate what Chris said, if you're looking for something more sustainable or that, customized, very personal white glove service, maybe you're in the market for some junk removal, give Chris a call at Dumparoo and he's going to help you out. And then if
Oh, and
you're, yeah, go ahead.
second to that, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go
So
ahead.
let me quickly touch on our onboarding. So when you
Yeah.
contact us, whether you purchase the subscription on our website, when I say personable, we come out, and we launch our service to you. We go over our service requirements, our guidelines. We provide the carts. We figure out
Mhm.
where you want to set your carts. So our onboarding process is awesome. We don't
Okay.
just drop off the cart and just leave you. We actually roll out the red carpet for you. So,
I love it. I love it.
yeah.
Okay. Well, last thing, if you're interested in being featured on the Follow Friday series, you can send me an email at Katrina@cornerstonelegalpllc.com. Thanks for watching.